Ryan, could there be Nephilim among us right now?
There's this big movement inspiring people to say, let's change humanity, let's alter our DNA.
The seed of the Nephilim somehow made it through the ARK?
Because there are demonic spirits that can infiltrate the church. And
she could be dating a demon, a Nephilim, or the ancestor of a Nephilim. Everybody, David back with you, David Hebner TV. I have Mr. Ryan Pitterson here, and Ryan's life work has been working with the Nephilim. I say working with the Nephilim, researching Nephilim. Let me retract that. Ryan, could there be Nephilim among us right now? Jesus said, as in the days of Noah, and we know that back then there was Nephilim. Could there be Nephilim amongst us right now?
I think from the testimony of Scripture that the DNA of the Nephilim did make it through the ARK, and you see that clear example obviously would be Goliath, who was a Nephilim giant, and the other giants in that area, but as time went on, they were kind of wiped out. So there could be traces of that DNA, but what I think is interesting is two things. One, again, we see that people are becoming, there's this big movement inspiring people to say, let's change humanity, let's alter our DNA.
Okay.
One, and two, there's a verse in Daniel chapter 2 where it says that in the end times they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. And I believe that's a reference to this attempt by the fallen angels to try and mingle their seed once again. So I think as we approach the Great Tribulation, there is going to be a direct attempt to commit that sin again.
Wow. Because in our last interview, we talked about that the angels rebelled against God, came down, had sexual relationships with the women on earth. Their offspring was the Nephilim.
Yes.
Okay. How tall were these Nephilim? How big were they?
Well, God, the Lord, speaking in Amos chapter 2, compared the Nephilim to the Lebanese cedar. In Amos chapter 2, verse 9 said they were tall. And the Lebanese cedar can reach anywhere from 80 feet, 60 feet, 100 feet.
Wow. That's tall. So, but then Noah built the ark. His family went with him. A flood came. But you're saying the seed of the Nephilim somehow made it through the ark, got onto the ark, and then, of course, when the flood went down, it started over again? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's correct.
How would that happen?
Well, there's an interesting thing about the genealogies of the patriarchs in the book of Genesis.
Okay.
You see the normal, genealogies of one father begetting a son, and most of those fathers you'll see in Genesis chapter 5, where they're documented, by the age of 50 had a son, two sons, and then the next description is given of the next generation.
Okay.
Noah did not have his first son until he was 500 years old. Why does that matter? Because he boarded the ark, we know, when he was 600. And going from the timeline of Scripture, by that time, the testimony of Scripture is that all flesh was corrupted. All humanity was already corrupted. And I think the reason why Noah waited was because he knew the world was coming to an end. But once God told him, I'm going to choose you to build an ark and you're going to restart humanity, then he had his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. But by that time, the likelihood of finding three women with no trace of that DNA in them was slim to none.
Wow. But you would think God, if he's going to destroy mankind, go to all that trouble, he's going to completely wipe it out. But what you're saying is it had to be in the DNA of one of the women, of the wives of the sons of Noah, right?
Exactly. And in my book, I really show how the wife of Ham, how her son Canaan, all the post-flood giants can be traced back to him.
Wow. And Jesus knew about this because he said in Matthew 24, as in the days of Noah.
Exactly.
So he already understood this. I mean, he knew it, of course. He was God. Last question. Could there be Nephilim among us? For instance, there's a gal out there and she's dating a guy, right? And there's some weird things going on, okay? Could it be Nephilim? Could the Nephilim be in a person right now?
Yeah, I don't think the actual Nephilim themselves could be. I think they're spirits. When we talk about demonic possession, taking over a person.
Okay.
The other danger to think about, though, is that, again, when you think about the angels, the book of Hebrews tells us that we have to be kind to strangers because you could be entertaining an angel.
Okay.
And so they can assume the form of humans. Because the Bible says they can come to your home and you don't even know it's an angel.
Okay, so if an angel can do that, then the Nephilim, the spirit of the Nephilim, can do this, right?
It's possible.
Which is demonic.
Exactly.
So then it could be possible, I'm using it as an example, a gal out there dating a guy, she could be dating a demon, a Nephilim, or the ancestor of a Nephilim. What are some of the characteristics of a Nephilim that someone can be looking for right now and ask God, would you reveal to me, is this a Nephilim or the ancestor of a Nephilim?
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, I think the easy example of a personality type would be to look at Goliath. Aside from the fact that he was strong, his attitude was absolutely no respect for God. I defy the armies of Israel. I curse your God. He had no respect for anyone, anything godly or anyone godly. He saw the Israelite army and said, "You're servants of Saul." So that type of disrespect for the faith and hostility towards anything of God.
Okay, so would they be tall, big? They don't have to be big, is what you're saying today.
Right. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's not about the physical anymore. Right. It's spiritual.
Exactly.
So what you need to look for out there is someone that has no respect for God. As a matter of fact, just wants to spit in the face of God. Does it go, Ryan, past the point of just not paying attention to God? It goes to the point where they actually hate God.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what Scripture shows us, that attitude of hostility towards God or God's people.
Okay, it couldn't be an atheist, because an atheist doesn't even believe in God. So they're not going to hate God, right? They may hate you because you believe in God, but they're not going to. I'm trying to dissect this.
Yeah.
Would it be another religion? I mean, let's take Islam. Would it be someone from another religion that would look at a Christian and say, I hate your God, and spit in the face of God? Is that...
I mean, potentially, right? So again, the testimony of Scripture is that it says the gods of the pagan nations are devils, demonos, demons. So it's telling us that the people who are giving their worship to idols are giving their worship to real entities, to demonic beings, which again go back to being the spirits of the Nephilim. So
wow. So I just mentioned another religion. I mentioned Islam. I could mention 2 or 3 others, right? I'm going to mention Christianity.
Yeah, sure.
Are there these spirits of Nephilim in the churches today, like disguised?
Unfortunately, I think there are there are churches that are being infiltrated, right? We're told to test the spirits, because there are demonic spirits that can infiltrate the church, and that in the end times the Bible says that people will teach doctrines of demons. So yeah.
Okay, so it's not just then spitting in the face of God. I mean, outright saying I hate your God. It could be someone in a church disguised as a preacher, disguised as a Sunday school teacher, and you're saying this is most likely, right?
That could, in other words, infiltrating.
Yeah. And they're twisting the gospel to bring about the false gospel, which is what Jesus spoke about in Matthew 24, correct?
Absolutely.
Not only did Jesus say, as in the days of Noah, but he pinpointed what would be happening as in the days of Noah today. Ryan, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. It's been a pleasure.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless you guys.